What's up, guys? This is your boy James, aka 68J, coming to you on this Monday, and we got one hell of a show for you guys today. I look up, and who do I see? Only the most amazing family on planet Earth, EARF, hanging out with me. Shouts out to Silver Dave's XRP in the house. We got DCA Crypto Dave. What is Real Matrix up in here? What's up, my brother 68? Happy Monday, Jay, and Crypto for Life family. Appreciate that, DCA Crypto Dave. Silver Dave's XRP says, make sure you smash the likes and hit that subscribe. Show your boy 68 and Crypto for Life some love. We appreciate you guys in a major way. Let's see what else we got up in here. Endurance is in the house. What's up, Endurance? Good to see you, sis. Endurance up in here. Guys, we got a hell of a show. Let's get right into it. Market cap starting to go up just a little bit. Poquito, huh? Told y'all I'm bilingual, huh? Black and Puerto Rican. I remember my mom, when, I'm from New York, and she used to be like, learn Spanish. And then I took Spanish in school and got like a D, and I was like, maybe I'm not that great at it. I know a little bit though, huh? Good Lord. I remember when I used to, when I had my car lots, I used to speak to customers, and I would just add the A on everything, like I was, bilingual, huh? Be like, you want the El Caro? Or would it be like Oro? Huh? You got the Netto? Let me stop. Good Lord, huh? All these discounts everywhere, facts. And guys, we're gonna talk about that today. We're gonna keep it real. That's what we do anyway. But I got some interesting things. It's not gonna sit well with everybody, and that's all right. That's all right. Market cap right now, $3.93 trillion. Bitcoin 115,288. Ethereum 4,200. Back over that 4,200 mark. BNB still at that number 3 spot at 1269. XRP doing its thing at 261. We got Solana at 206 and some change. Dogecoin coming in at 21 cents. TRX right now, 32 cents. ADA right now, 72 cents, guys. Link. That old stinky Linky, 1987. What a great year, 1987. XL right now, 35 cents, guys. SUI coming in at 293. AVAX coming in at 23.62. HBAR, 19 cents. LTC, 99.99. Let me stop. It's at number 28. $99. We got Shiba right now. 4 zeros on the 1. That's cuatro zeros and a uno, for those of you guys don't know. It's back. Good Lord, that thing went to like 5 zeros. I was like, uh-oh, what happened? Crow, if you didn't know, is at 17 cents. Ton, huh? Telegram, 233. We got Polkadot right now at 337. Uniswap coming in at 695. Let's see. I know ZEC was holding his own during this whole little, flash crash and manipulation. Everything was going on. 58.88 over the last week. Still doing this thing. OKB is 187.17, guys. We got Aave coming in at 258 and some change. Near, let's make it clear, 264. Astra coming in at 140. Let's see what else we got up in here. Matic right now, 20 cents. By the way, guys, if you're just tuning in for the first time, my name is James, aka 68J. Been in crypto since 2017, documenting my journey in the evolution of money. With that being said, we started this show about 2 years and 11 months ago, and it's been an incredible ride. Remember, nothing we talk about should ever be considered or deemed financial advice, for I am not a financial advisor. Facts. All right, let's move on. ICP right now, 365. Algo coming in at 21 cents. Caspa, 6 cents. VChain right now at 1 cent. We got Adam, one of the OGs in the space, at 360. Flare. Don't you dare sleep on Flare. My man King Karan is bullish as hell on Flare. 2 cents. Liquid crack every morning. Good Lord, that's pretty bad. Let's see what else we got in here. Bunk. You got any? Doesn't matter. It's number 62 on CoinMarketCap. A lot of coins ain't even in the top 100. 4 zeros and a 1. I don't have any. Doesn't matter. Trump right now, 654. Only, what's that? $69 from his previous all-time high. Just saying. Good Lord. Huh? Will that ever recover? I don't think so, because, yeah. That's like almost like an official rug pool, maybe. Let me stop. Cake right now made, what's my man's name again? Oh, boy, I can't think of his name right now. Andrew Tate said he got rich off of cake. I was like, what, off of cake? 348, guys. Filecoin coming in at 169. QNT right now, 92.87. XDC at 6 cents. We've got INJ right now at 992. Some of these I haven't even heard of. 00, what the hell? Stacks, just like the song we play here each and every day by my man Crypto Tail. Stack it up. Huh? No affiliation. That's called Stacks STX at 48 cents. Optimism, we got a lot of it. A lot of people, optimism was shattered. And we're going to have a little bit of a conversation. We're going to have a little bit of a deep conversation today. 49 cents. CRV right now, 62 cents. RLUSD creeping up. I'm telling you, that's how it starts. It creeps up like, hey, let me get up in the 90s, drop out. Let me get up in the 90s, drop out. Let me get in the 80s, drop out. Let me get in the 70s, here I go. Let me get in the 60s, here we go. Let me stop. Good Lord. Next thing you know, it's like the top 10. Let me stop. RLUSD. I'm a little bullish. It's the coffee. Y'all pray for me. GRT right now is at 7 cents. We got XTZ, one of the OGs in space, 65 cents. We got IOTA at 16 cents. And coming in at number 100. God, it's been a while since I've seen Dash. Dash, that's crazy. $51. CFX at 12 cents. All right, guys, let's get right into it. See if I miss any family members before we get started. Carlos Rodriguez. What's up, my brother? Huh? Good morning, cuzzo. Oh, yeah, Carlos. That's my cuz. That's my cuz. That's my cousin. That's that smart dude, man. Brilliant dude, man. Yeah, that's my cousin. Love my cousin. And this is my cousin on my wife's side. And been in this crypto game for a while and linked at the hip. Much love to him and his family. Mi familia. Huh? Always good to see family up in here. And then my best boy, Mike O. That's my dog for 30 years. Come on now. Me and Mike O met at an auction 30 years ago. It's so crazy. Been kicking it ever since. My man, Pots and Pans. The strategist in the house. X-Lord, what's up? Yo, yo. Are we there yet? Hell no. I love it. Are we there yet? That's tight. All right, let's move on, guys. So, it's kind of funny. Well, before we start with all that, if you guys are tuning in, we are live, on X as we speak right now. We're live on X. We're also live on, that's kind of weird looking. Why does it look like that? What the hell? Yeah, why does my thing look like that? That's kind of weird. Anyways, we're live. It doesn't even show my face on this one. I think I might have went in there and messed with some what's it called? Like some settings, because I was actually live on my that's kind of weird. I hit my StreamYard from my cell phone, and it looks like that's how it's going. It's like based off my cell phone or something. Seriously, it looks like because I didn't realize you could do StreamYard from my cell phone, but this thing looks weird. Let me see if I can fix that by hitting that, or is it just weird like that? Period. Yeah, it don't even show me on there. That's crazy. It must be like it must be some kind of setting that I screwed up. That's crazy. I'm gonna have to figure that one out. Anyways, okay. So we're live on. I was like messing around with my phone today, and I think I kind of jacked up my live on my deal here, so I'm gonna have to go in here and figure out what the hell I did. What else we got? We're live here also on YouTube, and we're live if you have a Roku TV. We're live on Roku TV Fire Stick, and I guess those guys got a couple other things that they're gonna be working on. Shouts out to my man TR Gurley. Now, guys, I had an interesting. That's kind of weird to see it like that. That's weird as hell. I wonder what happens if you spread it out. I didn't realize you could do StreamYard from my cell phone, but this thing looks weird. It's like in a cell phone mode right now. That's crazy. Or is it just weird? It's like definitely a cell phone mode. All right. How the hell I get that off? Yeah, I'm going to have to figure that one out later. All right, so anyways, guys, let's see here. When they jump in fully, okay, so this is based off what Watcher Guru was talking about. It says just in 1.7 trillion Citibank to launch crypto custody services in 2026. That to me, guys, that's it. WV Watchers in the house. What's up, family? That's it. That part right there. Crypto custody. Crazy. And I think that's where things are going to be going. I'm telling you, when they, I think is what I put in there. Let me see what I put in there. I said when they jump on fully on board, that's going to be a game changer in crypto. And so I believe, it says 2026, you're going to see a lot of these institutions adopting the utility. Obviously, there's certain coins in place that's going to benefit greatly. Can't wait to see those 1,700 NDAs with Ripple and all those things and some of these other partnerships present themselves or exposed, right, from the NDAs and things that we see. But I do believe that you're going to have these institutions that are going to offer to custody your crypto and offer yield. I really do believe that's what's going to happen, because otherwise, why would you put your crypto in the bank? Why? Right? And regardless of what people try to say, I just think people feel, look, you got to think the majority of people are going to be okay with this because people trust. I won't say they trust, but they're used to their banks. And this is a game that the institution is going to be playing. So, I mean, think about if you can go to your current bank now, your Wells Fargo, your Bank of America, your Citibank, and they're like, okay, hey, we're going to custody your assets online through our Citibank, website or whatever, however they're going to do, create wallets, whatever they're going to do. And then we'll offer you a yield. What? Oh my God, that's going to be huge. I'm sorry. People say what they want to say about banks. I think that's going to be big time. All right. But I think so here's my point. There's going to be other people like, let's say Ripple gets their banking license. They might offer custody, or you're going to have some of these. And there's people out there, out there already, like your Caleb and Browns, your DWPs, and people like that. So I just think what it's going to do is when that competition hits, it's going to be so competitive that I think it's going to allow for people to offer, or should I say these companies offer different rates or maybe different options. And then I think that's when it's going to get safe. But I don't think that's even going to happen until we start, we see the Clarity Act, we see, regulations put in place, but because obviously they're not going to jump until then. But for them to say that, if that's true, that means that they know something is going to happen here between now and that time before they launch. So, we can get the Clarity Act in place, or we can get regulations in place. I think it's going to be it's going to be chaotic because banks aren't going to want to lose their positions, their customers. They're going to try to offer everything that under the moon. You got some people out there moving fast, moving that are in place right now. But I do believe that's going to create amazing competition, which is going to give us more options. And with more options are going to be, I think that's when we'll see that yield, and we'll see yield from reputable sources. Some of this yield that I see out there right now, I don't trust people. I don't trust a whole lot of anything that doesn't have some kind of presence here in our country. I'm sorry, I really don't. I'm sorry. It's almost like, do you got to go up there and watch somebody lick the outlet and get their mouth shocked, or put their hand on a fire and get burnt? Are you the kind of person that watches that and then learns, or the kind of person, let me just go in and see how hot it is, or what it is to lick that outlet? And I just think that's what FTX showed us. That's what Celsius showed us. That's what, Luna showed us. And so, some of these, people out there earning yield. I'm not saying it's not going to work, but I was having this conversation with somebody the other day, and I remember being in the car business. Me and Mike have been in the car business for years, right? Well, I used to be. I used to have cell phone stores and car lots and clothing stores and semi-pro basketball teams and music studios, dance studios. We've done a lot of crap, and I used to speak and all that stuff. But I got to a point in my latter years, I just wanted to chill, and that's how I found crypto. But I say all that to say that God, I lost my train. Okay, so we were talking about like the early days, and we use this example. I was in this conversation with somebody, not to pick on Hyundai, because I don't want anybody, oh my God, I got a Hyundai. But just the early days of Hyundai were horrible. I mean, those cars, like some of those early cars right now, you can go to the auction and get those damn things for like $200. Just being honest with you. Crap. Like the early 89, 90, 91, that kind of thing. Crap. And they had to go through that. They might have even gone earlier than that, 87. You guys remember the old Hyundais and stuff like that? Horrible. Now today, amazing cars. Amazing. 100 mile, 100,000 mile warranty, just all kinds of great benefits that they have because the car got better, way better. And now they're some of the most well put together, well made cars. Period. I don't care what people say, and I'm not saying that to go, oh my God, you're picking on. No, I'm just making a point. I don't enter in things right when they start, because there's a lot of things you don't know right now. There's not even like a DAI always talk about. There's not enough regulations in place. There's not enough protection in place. And I don't give a damn what happens, or all this marketing. At the end of the day, man, you got to be careful. I'm not saying some of this stuff doesn't work, but not only do you not know because there's not enough, they haven't been around long enough, but then you got people that are shilling them that, I don't know, man. It's hard for me because I try to, me and Michael were having a conversation this morning. I'm not going to talk about everything we talk about, but I did talk about how some of the things that we talked about, I can't talk about on here. And yeah, I agree, Anthony, yield is going to be huge, but I think in the beginning, DAI said it best. It's too early, man. You got a lot of these people that come out, or a lot of these companies come out, and they're trying to jump the gun. And you just don't know, man. You don't know what you don't know. And there's some things that I looked into because I was like, man, yield, hell yeah, but not to the point where I was going to put my money in, to the point that and then I had some conversations with people. I was like, hey, when that risk gets to like zero, call me, because I was asking, like, what's the risk associated? Is there a risk of losing? And then I talked to other people who were associated with certain things and connected with certain things and doing certain things. And people lost some assets and lost some. And I'm sorry, a loss is a loss. It don't seem like if someone lost several hundred XRP, if that's a big deal, it don't sound like a big deal right now. Several hundred, 3, 4, 5, 600, but at $1,000. At $100, I'm just saying. So I don't want to get too much into this, guys, because that's not what this show is about. And I know you can say something to piss people off, but here's what I'm going to say after reading this. It says, biggest leverage reset since 2022. Funding rates have plunged to their lowest level since the bear market, marking one of the most severe leverage flushes in history. Here's the problem, guys. It's too much. It's too many people that have too much control that are able to do things in a gray area. And I think the Clarity Act and I think regulations will clean a lot of that up. But I just think that, I was having this conversation with Mike. Binance went back and I saw a post yesterday on X where they and I might even run across that here. I might be getting ahead of myself. Where they're paying back like 200 and something million, 280, 260 something million to customers. And my whole thing, you wouldn't have to pay back nothing if something wasn't done wrong, right? If you didn't do anything wrong, what you paying money back for, right? So and then when you look at the amount of money that was made, billions were liquidated. It's kind of like back in the day. I remember when they were talking about insider trading and how the government would go after some of these institutions that you and I know. I'm not going to mention them, but how a lot of times they would be committing insider trading against their customers. And the guys, look, if you don't think that's happening with some of these exchanges, like we go in and we set a leverage trade or option, or you got your stop losses and all that. And I was talking to my son about this. I was talking to Mike about this, and I was talking to my other friends about this. They see all that. And they're looking, where's the majority of the money sitting, right? And then they control that. And then all of a sudden something happens and boom, they flush everybody out. Who's making all that money? It's just too much. The ability they have right now is just, once that's done, once everything's in place, then I'll go back to looking at yields and all that kind of stuff. But until then, I'm good. So number one is, I saw someone, I know exactly who it is. I'm not going to say who it is, but that person was saying, for people who are calling this manipulation, they're dumb. And then you got people, same person talking about how they're always right. Everything they're saying is right. I'm right. I'm always right. They shouldn't listen. Go into my Discord. And it's like, bro, and I was talking to Mike about this, man. There's so many people, and I guess it's coming from a perspective that I'm not just and again, I'm saying this as kindly as I can. I'm not just some dude that got into crypto and then start trying to act smart. I'm a dude who, and I say this, I say that TR is here. TR is in the house. He knows me. Mike O knows me for 30 years. TR for 10 plus 15 years. John, 40 years. I'm an award-winning speaker and builder. That's what I did. Have been put in magazines, some of the biggest stages around the world, anywhere from a few hundred people to 15,000 people. I've been a business owner. I've been successful. I've done some huge deals, had some deals on the table with Apple with the whole iWatch thing. I'm not new to business, but sometimes what I do is I just kind of look and I observe, and I've got some very brilliant friends and business partners and things like that. And I've been a part of some really, really amazing opportunities in my life. And I'm not saying that to try to say I'm better than no one else. I'm just saying what I've learned in this space is you got a lot of narcissist type people. You got a lot of people who probably 2 or 3 years ago didn't have nothing, and they're over here talking, and they're trying to, they're making money off the back of the people who are trying to figure it out. And I don't know. I mean, like, kudos to all those people who are actually giving value, right? And I'm not trying to knock somebody's hustle, but it's like I was telling Mike, people in this space are trying to make money. Some people haven't gotten a 10,000 yet. Some people haven't gotten 100,000 yet. Some people are trying to chase that first million, whatever it is. And the unfortunate truth is you got so many people in the space that are, they're saying things, they're doing things, they're recommending things that not everything is necessary. Some of these guys on X, they're throwing prices out, they're doing this, and I just think there's a lot of misleading, and I'm trying to watch what I say because I don't want to piss anybody out, and it is what it is. But there's a lot of people who, for those who are trying to make it, there's the percentage of people who are trying to make money off the back of others, and I see it from every aspect in this space, and they contradict. They say things that aren't true. They go crazy, and it's just crazy. And that's the type of shit that bothers me because I'm not a pawn. I'm not a I never followed anyone, and I'm not that kind of guy that sits. I can recognize bullshit a mile away, And when these guys sitting there talking this and then last year you were a used car salesman, this year you're a crypto. And I'm not saying people can't get smart. I'm just saying you got to be careful, guys, because some conversation with some of these people, they don't even got what you got. Facts. There's people who got YouTube channels don't even got what the hell you got, and that is a fudging fact. I know, right? You see it, you know. And yet you're putting all your belief and everything in these people. So just be careful, man. This is not a strike against anyone. This is just saying this is your moment. This is your time. This is your story. Your being the key word. You being the key word. So that's why I always say be careful. Do your research. Do your due diligence. Don't follow people blindly. People out there trying to make money off the back of other. Some of y'all haven't even taken any profit, and yet they're trying to make money off your situation and off your. There's people bleeding out money every single month, and ain't even made a dime in crypto. And that type of stuff is what me and Michael were talking about. So I'm gonna leave it at that. I'm gonna stop because I don't want to piss anyone off. But I'm just, like I said, I'm that dude from Brooklyn. I'm that dude who went through the welfare thing. I'm that dude who's been in business most of my life. 95% of my life as a business owner entrepreneur. And I'm the dude who has already made millions in this space. So I'm not trying to sit up here and act like I'm something I'm not. I'm just saying, and me and Michael were talking about this. I don't say that to boast. I say that because I started with 15 grand. I started with hopium. I lost everything in the beginning. I went through all the shit. And there's things I could do now. I could chill. I could do so many things that I've been told by other people to make money on YouTube, X, and everything. It's not that some people, oh, Jay, you only got this many people, because I ain't tripping. I'm not tripping on all that. I could easily go out there and say the same shit they're saying and get the same results. Trust me. Because I'm not just some guy full of I'm not sitting there going, oh, and then sitting there asking y'all to give me something. I'm not that dude, man. I got what I got. I'm living my best life. Trust me. I was telling my wife that this morning with Michael in the room. I said, I can go out and buy me 10 Lambos and still be where I'm at financially. So I don't say that to be an asshole. I say that or I'm not trying to impress you, but impress upon you. Find and connect to people. And I'm not saying I'm not that only person. There's a lot of high quality, amazing people in this space. Some that I love with everything that I am. Brilliant people. And I talk about them. I mean, brilliant. Love them to pieces. But for every person that is brilliant, there's 100 dumbasses out there. That's a fact. And so I'm just telling you guys, be careful, man. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to knock anybody's hustle. I don't make my, and it's like I was telling me and Mike, we're talking about this more. I said, man, if you look at my show, I've never asked anybody for anything. I've never asked anybody to, and I'm not saying anything like, it's like if you have a, like I just signed up with Caleb Brown, so I'm gonna be putting my little link out there. But y'all, like for all the time I've been out here, I don't do a lot of that stuff. And the reason that I'm connecting, I was explaining to Mike why I decided to go with Caleb Brown. And there's some other people that I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be doing stuff with Jake. I'm gonna be doing stuff with this. I'm not seeing it. It's like, for me, it's about what works for the masses right now. Where can the masses protect themselves? And there's some different things that I'll be getting into that why, whether it's this, whether it's that, whether it's whatever the case may be. I've seen people lose everything. I've seen millionaires call me, and he'll never, I don't know if he still watches my show or not, but one of my old school buddies, before crypto, he was probably worth 30 million. And his whole wallet got hacked during the process. Brilliant dude, but just effing around on the computer too much. And so there's just so many different stories out there, guys. People who I've seen people who leverage themselves into nothing. I've seen people who, and then me and Michael were talking about, there was a couple cases of people who took their own lives, man, with this dip. And that's so unfortunate. That's so, I'm not even getting into that, but just all that leverage and all that short and all that stuff, man, you just got to be careful. And the people who sit up there and try to make other people feel inadequate because maybe they had a good day, they might have had a good day. How many bad days you had? People who try to make people feel bad about trading. I'm trading myself to millions. Okay, well, maybe you got a special skill, but man, I've been there, done that, took courses, did very well, made some money. I had a 6-figure trades and stuff like that, but that's not the way that I saw was advantageous for me. So all I'm trying to say, guys, as I move forward is just please do what's in your best interest, right? Just because someone talks about how they can dunk, don't mean your ass can dunk. So just because someone goes out there and talking about how they hit a high note doesn't mean you can hit the high note. So just be careful, man. And I think that what was on my, I got a lot to talk about, but that's what was on my heart this morning is hopium, shilling, misleading, making money off the backs of others trying to make it. And I get that's the way the space is, right? You make money with YouTube, you make money with X, you make money from people having Discord things and all that, and referral links. Trust me, I might have a referral link with Kalen Brown. That's all part of it, right? So there, and then having sponsors, all that is dope. I think that's all dope because it gives people opportunity to have their own businesses on YouTube and their own businesses on X and their own businesses. So I'm for all that. It's a business opportunity. What I'm trying to say, and hopefully I'm getting this across, is there's some people who use those things just to talk a bunch of shit and don't know anything they're talking about. I mean, just a bunch of dumb stuff. And that's the part. And I watch their shows. I'm like, these dudes are stupid, whatever. So let's move on. All right, I'm done. Let's move on. I got a lot to talk about, but that's kind of what I want to say, guys. Just remember, this is your story. This is your plan. This is your opportunity. If you fail, if you get hacked, if you get this, no one cares. No one gives a damn. So please, please, please be careful. And yeah, that's all. Let's move on. I'm probably putting too much into that. All right, let's see. Big Bro 10, Lacha AC. Please, still looking for her. Looking for who? My little queen. What? Last time I killed. What? You hit what number? Who's this? Okay, all right, well, we got some. Anyway, shouts out to all you guys. Anthony Bitcoin, good to see you. Jose, appreciate you guys who made the way. So that's all I was trying to say, guys. Shouts out to my beautiful queen, Marlon Goodman. I'm just walking my own path. That's the part right there, Marlon. Walk your own path. That's what's so dope about this, man. We all got 24 hours, and the same 24 hours in a day. Do your research, man. Do your research. Whatever works best for you works best for you. You might have, whatever it is. Just figure out what works best for you and go with that. That's a fact. I think that's the best way to say it. Yeah, Ivan Hernandez. So that's all I was trying to say, man. It was on my heart because I just see a lot of, especially right now when there's a lot of uncertainty. And me and Mike were talking about some things. I think we're going to see some prices. I don't think some of these prices people are saying we're going to see, but I think we're going to see some phenomenal things happen in the short term. Once we get past all this manipulation. Let's keep going. There's a lot of stuff I want to talk about, but and I don't want to get caught up. Look, we're already 31 minutes in. Okay. 47 of Americans say groceries are harder to afford than they were last year. Wow. And what's so funny, guys? The reason I retweeted this because, when you start looking at, like, by the time you go out and get the chicken, you go get, let's say you're making a deal. You go get the rice, the chicken, the vegetables, this, to that, the whatever you're going to drink, and it's like, by the time you do all that and you make this big meal, I mean, groceries are expensive as hell. Sometimes I'll be looking at my wife like, it's just easy to order off Uber Eats or go to a restaurant, right? Than to make that mess. I mean, I don't know. maybe y'all know some treat grocery stores, but I'd be watching my wife will order groceries. I'm like, damn, like you gotta, sometimes, the prices are ridiculous. How about that? That's all I'm saying. It's getting crazy. I don't remember who was, we were talking about something. Somebody said a carton of milk is going to be like $100 or something. That was funny as hell. That was like, yesterday or something. Anyways, come on, Chad. They can't make it easy. What I'm talking about is, it says, I'm not sure what else would convince the non-believer. This is Chad showing this about Ondo. Ondo is obviously connected to Ripple and XRP. If you click this link, I thought there was a link there. What happened to it? The picture? No. But you can see it says Wall Street 2.0 is here. The Ondo Summit is attended by the most influential executives, founders, and leaders shaping the intersection of blockchain and finance. Facts. You guys can see all those big names there. Big things are happening. Let's see, what is this right here? On February, it says the event that put tokenization on the map returns on February 3rd, 2026. The world's leading executive investors and policymakers reconvene in New York for the Ondo Summit to define the next era of capital markets. Let's check this out. That was a whole lot of nothing, but there's going to be a big event coming in, to Ondo, with Ondo. That should be pretty cool. All right. Treasury Secretary Besant says government shutdown is starting to affect the economy. I was like, no shit, Sherlock. You think? You think so? CFTC regulated options on Solana and XRP are now live and trading today. Seamless integration, physically settled into the underlying futures contracts. That's pretty big news, guys. Options on Solana and futures, options on Solana and XRP futures. That's gonna be big. And I didn't mean to, I know I was sitting on here for like 30 minutes, guys, but at the end of the day, what did he say? Yo, chicken dinner. Yeah, it's a lot of stuff that it's different because with me and Mike, our conversations flow because that's my best boy. If I'm talking to John, if I'm talking to anybody outside, even like TR, which I've known, but I got to be very careful what I say. I said quite a bit, but not as much as I said with Mike, because it's hard to stay real and then not be misconstrued, right? And I think in my mind, I want to say a whole lot, but I can only give bits and pieces, which is probably why it sounds like I'm babbling. I got to watch it. Even talking about, people making money off people. And there's nothing wrong with that. Somebody's like, oh my God, F that sucker. I mean, you can have phenomenal. I mean, look at people like Kai Cenat and I Show Speed or something like that. There's opportunities here. That's a different kind. That's like more entertainment. But I think the biggest thing that I look at when I look at some of these YouTube and I see some of this content, I'm like, bro, this stuff there's some brilliant people. Don't get me wrong. I got some of my favorite people are on here, like your Good Morning Cryptos, your Zach's, there's a lot of brilliant people. Jake, brilliant. You got a lot of great content creators on here, but for everyone, there's a whole bunch of them that's clueless. Facts. Let's see what's got in here. CFTC regulated options on Solana. We already talked about. How did I get back there again? You only lose when you quit. That's a fact. All in Crypto says Ripple's next step for global interoperability to help enable this next step in global interoperability to meet the evolving needs of our customers. Ripple is now part of the ISO 20022 standard body of the first member focus on distributed ledger technology. That's exciting. That's exciting. So to see that Ripple is definitely connected to ISO 20022. We got a lot of stuff that's coming out later this year in regards to that, like in the next 60 days. So it's really, really exciting. This is what we've been waiting for. It's coming. Shouts out to Jose, says, great day today, Tails. Tails in the house. What's up, Tails? Good to see you. Tails in the house. Chicken dinner 619 is in the house. Good to see you, my man. Appreciate you. Who else up here? Melissa Dipito, one of my other favorite shows. Dipito. There's a lot of great people, man. A lot of great content creators. I didn't mean that as a shot to anybody in particular, but I think what it is that when someone says something, like when a pastor's at church and he says something, you're like, ooh. And I think what it is that it probably, if nothing else, it probably makes you think of people when you're going, damn, that dude is kind of, or that person is kind of, oh Lord, that's all I'm saying. Just have a plan. Better yet, again, it's hard for me because I don't want to talk down on anyone trying to get their hustle on, but yeah, I get a lot of phone calls from people. Michael called me this morning and he's like, Jay, I know you deal with a lot of stuff. I get a lot of, I'm like everybody's big bro. Now, I won't say everybody, but there's some people call me, man, you think I'm a psychologist. I mean, it's like, and some of these people lost a lot, man. I mean, it's just, some of the stories that I've heard is unbelievable, man. People losing their houses, that leverage option, all that stuff, man, I've seen people destroy their lives. At least 4 people destroy their lives, man. No, it's crazy. Some of those people call me crying. That's what I'm saying. Like, it hits my heart hard, man, when I see, yeah, it's crazy. Anyways, let's move on. A fake friend likes to see you do good, but not better than them. Pay attention. I put facts. Facts on facts. I hope everybody does great in this space. I really do. Double standards, wasn't China, breaking. China calls Trump's 100% tariff move as a typical example of the U.S. double standards. Now, this is kind of crazy, guys, for them to say that, right? And I'm not trying to badmouth China, but for them to say Trump's 100% tariff is a double standard. I mean, there's a point where they were charging us tariffs and we didn't really have tariffs on them, right? What's double standard? You mean even playing field? Is that what you mean? Now I think he's probably utilizing that 100% tariff and the things that he's done here lately, and just tariffs as a whole, as a way of bargaining and negotiating for the greater good of this country. I do believe that, right? So yeah, the more you try, the better the odds of you changing your life. That's a fact. You got to keep trying, man. I mean, it's funny because you don't know what you're good at. You don't know how great you can be unless you try. That's a fact, man. Shouts out to my man, Status XRP Crow. with this. I think he turned this into an NFT. Is that what he did? Yeah, golden NFT. That's crazy. That's kind of dope. That poster. Wow, that's pretty cool. Storms come and go. Trust the process. You know, what we went through, guys, it's crazy. It's crazy to think that as long as I've been in this space with all the bullish momentum and all the positive things that has happened, that this last dip a couple days ago was worse than FTX and worse than COVID. That's crazy. But it's kind of like, you know, FTX no one saw coming. Now maybe some people did and didn't do anything about it, right? That's neither here or there. It came. I mean, the guy was on the cover of Forbes like a few months before that, and all of a sudden he's in prison. No one saw COVID coming. I'm sorry. Those are two things. But what happened last week, self-inflicted. What happened last week, I believe, with everything that I am, it was manipulation like a son of a gun. So yeah, it's, you know. And I was talking to, I was talking to Mike this morning, and I said, man, what happens if, and I'm not saying it will, but man, do they have anything else they could do to devastate this industry? Yeah, I've been saying it for years, man. I thought that, you know, Binance would be something back in the day, and we saw how that was handled. I thought that something we talked about, there was a couple things we talked about, but the biggest thing that everybody talked about, ace of spade, was Tether. If that was to ever implode, if that was to ever, and they know it, bro. It's not like we're the only ones sitting here knowing that they haven't had a full audit. They've been, hell, their last CEO before they changed out the CEO was like, man, screw America. I don't care about America. Screw them. And that was after getting kicked out of a lot of countries, right? Being banned from a regulatory standpoint out of other countries. And they made the CEO change and all that type of stuff. But, you know, what if something, I mean, Jake Claver talks about it all the time. What if something like that happens? You know, what if Tether is linked to everything? A lot of people back in the last bull run when Bitcoin got way up the way it did, it was all people. A lot of people attribute that to that Tether printing. You're right, printing up money out of nowhere. And at one point, they even admit, I think, that they weren't dollar for dollar back. Right? It's almost like they faked it till they made it. They moved and did this and everything, and that's why they never wanted to get a full audit. To this day, I don't mean an audit based off what you're doing now. I'm talking about a full audit, you know? And so, yeah, I mean, if something like that was to happen, that could probably be bigger than anything we've seen. I think that's the one thing, you know, people say, Bitcoin will never get back to this. Okay, well, let that son of a bitch explode. Let something happen like that. I think that could be the ultimate black swan. That's for damn sure. That's just my opinion, man. Whatever, just move accordingly. Don't lose hope. You never know what tomorrow will bring. I agree with that. Success isn't for quitters. Crypto isn't for those who panic sell. That's facts. And I think that's what it's all about, guys. Like what happened with, you know, me and Michael were talking about, because we're best boys. We talk about those things like, man, did you hear about that guy that passed away? I don't know if you guys heard that story. I didn't post it because, you know, people taking their lives hit different with me because that's how I lost my mom. But so that's not something I like to even talk about a lot. And I, you know, one of my good boys, his dad did the same, and we had one of our good buddies who played ball with us, you know, did the same thing. I remember that. Oh man, just so. I think the people that do that, first of all, I can't explain that because obviously that's a illness, right? Depression, but that's why you got to be careful, guys, and not go out there and leverage trade and do all. I don't know what that particular guy's situation was, but me and Michael was talking about that, about just being, you know, locking in, having a plan. And this is not a get rich quick scheme. This is a get rich forever if you do it right. So yeah, I mean, just follow your plan, man. You know, what happened the other day, you know, you know, is this something that we all saw? We all saw it, but not everybody was tripping on it. That's what I'm saying. Like if you position yourself accordingly and your plan is a certain thing, I don't even know why that bothered people, because if your plan isn't selling XRP at, you know, or Bitcoin at 108, then what are you tripping at? Or XRP at $2, then what you tripping at? Or Crow, you know, if your goal is to start selling Crow at $5, then what are you tripping about with the price is? So I just think a lot of times we get caught up in the journey. The journey is a journey. The journey is a journey. I didn't get here today because I had the perfect journey. Hell no. Mike O is not where he's at because he's had the perfect journey. Hell no. BTHO, any of you guys that are here, no one got to where they're at because they had the perfect. If anyone's had a perfect ride, I feel bad for them. Because as soon as something goes bad, they're not going to know how to handle it. That's why I always say I love people who've gone through some crap. Right? I've gone through some crap. My wife has gone through some crap. And that's why we appreciate each other the way we do. You have to go through some crap in order to, build up that tolerance for certain things and have a plan in place and things. So I could just tell you, like, the old me, the guy who got it in 17, looking back now, it's just crazy because, we all have our moments. We all go through the crap time, right? That bear markets, bull markets. Oh my God, I should have done this. And I've had a lot of oh my God moments, and I had to learn the hard way. But eventually you'll get there, and that's a little what happened to me. And anybody else who's been in this space for a while, you eventually get there. Or, and I say this kindly, some people never do. There's some people I know have been rocking in this space longer than I have, and they still ain't there, right? So it's never too late. It's never too late. But that's why I go back to saying who you follow, who you listen to, and because here's the thing: if someone hasn't done it, how are you gonna show me how to do it? If someone hasn't gone through some shit, how are you gonna tell me what I'm gonna go through if you ain't gone through it, right? So it's like when we go to someone about marriage, we go to someone about financial literacy or whatever it is. I want to find somebody who's gone through it, not somebody who just read a book and said, "Well, this is what a relationship." Have you ever been in one? No. Shut the hell up. Right? This is how you become a millionaire. Are you one? No. Then shut the hell up. Right? Success leaves clues. That's always been my motto. I'm sorry. Marlon Goodman, you're right, brother. Smash the like, hit that subscribe notification bell. Thank you, Silver Days, XRP, one of the rooms in the space. Chicken dinner, 619 in the house. Facts, pure manipulation. Don't mess. Yeah, don't that leverage stuff, man. Nah, bro. And it's not just a guy who apparently took his life, man. I'm talking about people I know that call me, have cried, and I mean, I was sitting back on this end just like, oh my, just heart wrenching. I mean, it's disheartening to hear a grown person cry like, oh my God, I lost it. Oh my, and yeah, man, there's some crazy stuff out there. Some crazy stories. Crazy story. Okay, success is okay. We went through that already. It's what he said, guys. At the end of the day, don't worry about a thing. Every little thing gonna be all right. I do believe that, guys. I do believe as long as you follow your plan, your plan is not gonna be my plan. My plan is not gonna be that person's plans. Zach's plan is not gonna be Jake's plans. Jake's plan is not gonna be Melissa's plan. Melissa's plan is not gonna be CKJ. Everyone's got a different plan. Fine. At best, what people should be doing, even for me, because I don't have all I'm not going to sit here and act like I know it all. I just know the stuff I went through. I know what worked for me. I know what got me and my wife there. I know what allows us to live the way we're living now is decisions I made based off of my own situation. Not everybody's going to be. Not everyone has my fingerprint. Not everyone has my wife. Not everyone has my children. Not everyone has been down the road. But the key is to take little nuggets from everybody. Take a lot of little things from everybody and then formulate your own plan and your own, that helps your story out. And I think that's what it's all about. That's what I'll tell people. Ivan Hernandez up in here. Crypto Tales, good to see you. All right, guys, I know I humbled for sure at one. Yeah, facts. Oh, I've been humbled. I've been humbled many a times in my life. Come on, bro. What? Crypto for Life, Chicago Corn family, XRP Army, guys. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I don't mean to, I know you can hear it in my demeanor because after that conversation with Mike, it was just, I had a heavy heart, about things and people being misled and people, sometimes in wolf clothing trying to lead people a certain way and all they really care about is their pockets. And I'm not that dude. I ain't never been that dude. You can't hustle. I've been a hustler my whole life, meaning that been in the streets, how to do this, how to do that, not in a bad way. We always talk about the dolphin, the shark, the urchin, and the whale. And you can be the great part of all those things, and you can also be the horrible part of all those things. And and that's a whole nother show. I've done them before. I've done that before on this show. If you guys go to our Crypto for Life page, you guys go back and look way back again. We've been doing this for a while. I probably talked about that. I also talked about people who've lost everything. That video is called DANG. Dang. It's crazy, man. It tells the story. It don't tell the names, but it tells the stories of people who lost everything. There's just some great information. We have a lot of fun on this show, guys, but I hope the one thing that you guys always remember is I truly do care about your success, and I want you to do what's best for you. I've never asked. I never will ask, and all I've ever done in this show is give. Me and Mike were talking about this early. I've only given, and I continue to give. If anybody went to XRP Las Vegas this year, what did I do? Every dollar I made, I gave back. This whole show, I've always given crypto, given this, given that. Hell, XRP hits $100, I'm going to be the first guy giving away 12 vehicles in 12 months. That's what we do. Me and my wife, 70% of me and my wife's conversations about what we're going to do for other people. That's a freaking fact. She's here. She can hear it. It's a fact. And so you'll find your journey, man. I always say that, The things that God blesses me with is so that I can be a blessing to others. Facts. Facts, 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 facts. That's what's important to me. All right, let's move on. You know, guys, let's pick up the energy a little bit. Crypto for Life, Chicago Coin Family, XRP Army, the greatest family on planet Earth. Little music, get your soul going. Why? Crypto tells it now. Let's do it.
This one, tells it like it is. Got them switching gears in Ferrari with the tens. On some bullet shit, stop crying, start buying, getting bags. I ain't lying. Money multiplying, call it rocket science. I'm so tired of this crypto control. You already know, basing let money go. Swimming in the dough as you see gets exposed. Tomorrow's the day we gon' blow.
Get a little energy up in here, huh? Like 68J, you being too damn serious. Move on. Tiffany Serrano says, and he gave us awards for being family. Yeah, thank you, sis. I mean, it's just love, man. It wasn't even about like these little awards, right? It was, to me, here's one of them, and there was a bunch of them. Some people got two, some, if they were, because panels, people who spoke got some, and the people who just part. At the end of the day, an award to me, recognition to me, a car a month for 12 months. If XRP hits $100, when XRP hits $100, all the crypto I give, dude, I gave away so much XRP and crypto over the years. That to me is the same thing when someone gives a super chat. I don't like calling super. It's just a way of showing affection. It's a way to say, man, hey, you're important. You're amazing. Like my mom told me, you're one in a million. You do matter. It's a way to just say, man, hey, love you. Right? Love you. It's a virtual hug. It's virtual love. And I think it's crazy. It's crazy. I could spend a whole show about what me and Mike talk about, and I'm not going to do it right now. We ain't got time for that. I'm already, 50 minutes in, and I ain't even got to do my damn show. Okay. If you're scared of the short-term volatility, you'll miss generational wealth. Damn. If you're scared of short-term volatility, you'll miss generational wealth. Damn. Damn. And that is a fact. Guys, I'm not going to get too much into it, but go watch some of these videos in here. The ones that I talked about, people losing everything. I know some people, man, who had hundreds of thousands of dollars in crypto. And they probably don't even got $100 worth right now. I mean, it's just, dude, oh my God. That's why the whole message is do what's best for you. I was talking to my 31-year-old son about this. Sometimes in life, it's great to have a big heart. I've been giving all my life. Giving. Everything has always been about everyone else but me. Because I ended up having kids at 21. I think it was like 21. My son is 22, something like that. My first child came. My whole life has been about serving. Even before that, at 13 years old, knocking on doors, helping my mom with food and stuff like that. I was like, that's how I met John Singh's mom, had a big box of candy and peanut butter on the table. It was called Junior Careers. It was a program to help kids stay off the streets and do something positive. That's how I met John Singh, his mom, Corrine. But at some point in your life, man, this is what I'm trying to go with this. You have to be selfish. Not in a bad way. Right? I was talking to Michael about, God, I'm trying to stay focused on my damn show. But I was talking to Mike about how short life really is, man. How short life really is, right? Year 0 through 20, you're trying to figure stuff out at best. You're waiting to try to get to 21, but nobody really has anything planned or figured out at that point. Most people, 0 to 20. And then you get to an age where maybe you're like 70 and you're in your latter years and like, what is it that you can really, it's not like you're going on bungee cord jumps and all, right? It's the latter part of your life. And so you got that sweet spot between 20 and 70, let's say. That's 50 years of life that you can really do something incredible. I'm not saying you can't do something before 20 and after 70. That just, there's going to be somebody who twists this out of proportion, right? And it just, to that dumbass, you can kiss my ass, assets. I said assets. Y'all pray for Mr. Coffee. But the point I'm trying to make is in that 50-year where that's when the most extraordinary thing that you do is going to happen from maybe 21 to 69, let's say 20 to 70. You have to learn to be a little bit selfish, man. You have to learn to live your life, man. And I don't mean selfish in a bad way, but I've always given. But at some point I had to learn to be just a little bit, and that's a whole nother, I'm gonna move on, guys. I'm sorry. That's all. I'm gonna have to have oh God, because well, you just said you're giving. How can you be selfish? It's a balance. It's a balance. Where you just, and selfish don't mean selfish. Selfish means just enjoy your life. Like Steve Jobs, he didn't do enough for him. He was so caught up in innovation. He said, man, everyone looks at me for this. And I did it. He said, man, but I selfishly missed a lot. He said, no, he said, I wasn't selfish. He said, I missed so many things, like hanging out with my children, hanging out with my family. Yeah, just little things that he's like, here I am now. This machine is, without this machine, I'm going to die. Like he said, I can't remember the exact thing. I reposted on Facebook, but it was like, red means I'm in trouble. Green means I'm okay. It's like this breathing machine he had or something like that. And I posted it years ago on Facebook. That really was profound to me. I can't remember the details of it, but I kind of remember the overview. And it was like, man, he goes, I missed it. I missed the moments. So selfishly, you got to make sure that you're able to put yourself in a position to enjoy the moments. Because otherwise, what is life, man? Yeah, anyways, let's move on. That's a different conversation. I'm babbling. Let's move on. I'm going to have like just one day do a stream just called Going Deep. I got to say no Diddy on that one. No Diddy. No. Yeah, you can't say that without saying no Diddy, can't you? Is it no Diddy? What else? Like a stream that says Going Deep, but I got to make sure I put some context to that. Somebody's going to take that out of context. Like, what is 688 talking about? Damn it. Is that his stripper name? Let me stop. Today, Coinbase CEO Brian Armstrong says the world needs crypto because it guarantees economic freedom. I do agree with that. Brian Armstrong, not a bad looking dude with bald head on. Everybody can rock a bald head. I used to rock probably like half my life straight. If you're in crypto, make sure you have a strong heart, lots of love. It can be wild. That's a fact. Now crypto fear and greed index has rebounded to 38 fear from yesterday's 24 extreme fear. Damn. And that's normal, guys. That extreme fear, like, look, if for anybody that says they weren't tripping yesterday, or not yesterday, whatever that day was that it went crazy, you're a lie. Because even though I have my plan in place, I was like, damn, that's crazy. I was eating popcorn and, having fun with my wife and my son who's down here right now, but it's still like, ooh, shoot, that's crazy. Wasn't tripping because it's not part of my plan. 194 billion added to crypto in the last 24 hours. That's crazy. Bull run still in play. Altcoin season. Crypto, huh? Still in play. Bull run still in play. I'm telling you, that flush out was for so many more reasons than by accident. That's a fact. Any influencer putting down any other influencer is a bona fide dumbass. And I do mean that, guys. Like, and I know you guys, 6'8", didn't you just cut? No, different kind of thing. Different kind of thing. What I was talking about is people being misleading. But there's some influencers that just directly put people down, or, because they've done some trading and they do some charts. I've seen some influencers say some things about other influencers. I'm just like, bruh, it's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, I'm not in the business of doing that. I'm in the business of calling out bullshit, but not saying a particular person, like that person. And I've seen a lot of that going on. I'm like, can't do that. Was only tripping trying to buy more. Yeah, facts. Exactly. Tiffany's right. That's what Michael was like, Jay. And that was a lot of people, man. A lot of people, that's what happened with the whole Binance thing. A lot of people couldn't activate their buys or get these assets for what they saw them at. Some of these assets flushed way down. And they didn't go down so that your ass could buy them. They went down so they could liquidate and make money. That's a fact. That's a fact. Straight up. I love this right here. Shouts out to Brock Pearson says, kindness costs nothing. Kindness costs nothing. Man, I don't get too much into this Bears versus Bulls. That's a cool little thing I put together. But I can't wait to, how they have, like, what do they have, like, like we have XRP Las Vegas, right? I can't wait till we get to a point where we're able to have like I don't know if we want to call it XRP barbecue, XRP get together, maybe be at one of these XRP events, but just a get together where we're maybe be a couple years from now when everything really explodes. But I can't wait to get to that moment when I look up and I see all my brothers and sisters at high levels as far as their net worth from this industry. I think it's going to be incredible. I really do. And I think everyone that's in this space is so far ahead of those who are not in that it's going to happen. And I think what's exciting to me is the fact that we don't have the Clarity Act. We don't have, regulatory clarity. Banks aren't all in. There's still NDAs where people don't know what's going on. There's still no ETS for XRP and other assets. So I think If you're in crypto right now, man, God bless you. God bless you. That's all I can say is God bless you, man. Because I know we all know, and you know, they say the average person knows several thousand people, right? By the time they're a certain age, and I can't speak for everyone here. I won't do that, but I know in my life, I would say probably 99% of the people I know aren't in crypto. That's what's so crazy. I'm not talking about you guys because then that would mess up my percentage, but 99% of the people that I know outside of crypto, just my friends, family, acquaintances over the years, crazy. T.R. Gurley says, which influencers do you listen to? Any? Oh, hell yeah, I do. Hell yeah, I do, brother. There's a lot of great people out there. And I don't want to say something and then I've actually did a video about that, TR. How about that? Because I'll say, you didn't mention me. You forgot my name. There's somewhere in here. If you guys go down into my deal, there was something I put in here where I did a show about influencers in the game. I don't know exactly where it's at. I know I'm already over my hour. Oh, well, that's life. But I did a show where I talked about my favorite influencers. I don't know if I mentioned them all, but if you guys go down here somewhere in here, I did that. 9 months ago? I don't think it was that far. But I did do a stream. And I'll name a few right now, guys, but I don't want to miss it. There's a lot of great ones, bro. There's a lot of great ones. I was trying to see if I could find the damn stream that I did that on. But there's a lot of brilliant minds. I love listening to Lewis Jackson. I love listening to, and that's what I'm saying. Like, when I say influence, I mean, you know, people where I take nuggets, a lot of great nuggets, right? So Lewis Jackson's one. I love my man, Will Fix, man. I love Will Fix. Rest in peace, my brother. I think Zach Rector, love Zach's content. I'm probably gonna miss. I mean, there's a lot of people out there. I love tuning into BTHO with Simon and Melissa because it's a heartfelt show about community, about what's going on. But it's just genuine, good ass people. Who else is out there? There's some people out there who do charting, like I think it's Crypto Casey or something like that. I like her, like some of the stuff that she does. I know I'm just Jake Claver. I love Jake's perspective. Just from I like watching the show from a lot of the things he talks from a technical aspect. Really good dude, man. Good dude. Max Avery, smart dude. Mickle. Like I'm saying, I'm probably gonna leave people out that I'm not thinking of right now. Let's see what else. I said, Zach. Who else? Y'all throw some in the chat. Throw some in the chat, guys. Throw some in the chat. Some people you guys like. I don't want it to just be about me. I said Lewis Jackson. I said Zach. Who else? That's just, you know, it's just some different people, man. There's different people out that I'm probably not thinking of right now. Oh, DAI. I like DAI. Kimes. You know, like I said, there's people in the community, man, that I tune into, who are and I'm not saying they're all different in their own way. They're all different in their own way, and I take things from each person differently. They're not all the same. Yeah, I don't know. Those some Abs and Johnny Crypto, Good Morning Crypto, bars. Love those dudes, man. Authentic as hell dudes, man. Good Morning, Good Evening Crypto. That's probably one of my favorite shows. Is Abs and that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not gonna remember everything because my mind is like. There's this one dude, crazy as hell. I will warn you guys, he has an addiction. He drinks too much coffee. I believe his wife got him hooked up on it. Acts like he knows Spanish. He says he can sing. I think it's only in the shower. His name is 68J. He's not too bad either. Just saying. Good Lord, y'all pray for me. Paul Barron. That's what I'm saying. There's so many, and Paul Barron is the man. Nothing but love for Paul Barron. That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna be able to name them all, bro. There's no way. Yeah, I see y'all throwing some names in. I'm not gonna say every name because I know some of those cats be low key hating. I'm not gonna say everybody's name. Some people names that y'all throwing be on some straight hating stuff. Facts. I mean, to the point, yeah. So I'm not gonna try to start nothing. But yeah, not everybody's the same. Some people are great. Some people you get great information. you know, and some people, yeah, I'm gonna leave that alone. I just keep, you know, here's a great thing about crypto, guys. There's a lot of you guys I met that when I say family, I would hang out with y'all outside of crypto, right? I would, you know, like everybody that showed up for the XRP loss. Like, there's people out here, man. It's like when some of y'all are like, yeah, Tail says 100. Tail know what I'm talking about, man. Like, I don't duck this. I don't try to start nothing, but I also don't duck smoke. Some of these people have unfollowed me for whatever reason, you know, acting a certain way because I think they don't like the fact that I call out bullshit. You know, and here's what's so funny. I always say the greatest thing about crypto is anybody can do it. The worst thing about crypto, anybody can do it. And in my business life, the things that I did when I had my cell phone store, my clothing store, my record studio, my semi-pro, we own 2 semi-pro basketball teams in California. In my life, like when I did the whole iWatch trademark, oh yeah, Google iWatch trademark, United States, USA, out of you can do iWatch trademark Fresno. And you'll read about a little company back in the day. I can talk about it now because my NDAs are expired. But that little company in Fresno, California, that little electronics tech company called OMG Electronics, just Google it. iWatch trademark, Fresno, California, see what it comes up. And it was in the New York Times, Washington Post, all over. This is way before Apple, way before Samsung. There's a group of people that own that, and one particular guy who was the main owner, and that main owner was me. So I'm not sitting here trying to say I'm something I'm not. I'm just saying that whole deal got met. They called it Apple Watch. There's a whole nother story. I got emails. I would bet anybody any amount of money. I could show you the emails where I got a $7.5 million offer from Apple for that name. So I can talk about it now. It's over. I don't give a damn. But there's some greedy people in different countries that where they wind up changing it to Apple Watch. The point I'm trying to make, guys, is that in my business life and in my personal, even in me and my wife's world, I can count on one hand the people that I actually mess with on a day in and day out basis. One hand. And I'm not talking about the Crypto for Life family, excluding but I'm talking about like the Mike O's, the John Sings. You know, I can count on one hand people that I allow in my personal circle. And there's a reason for that. You got to protect, guys. You got to protect who you are, what you've done, and what you've built. And I say all that to say that, again, going back to the greatest thing about crypto and the worst thing about crypto is anybody can do it. There's some people in this space I would never in 1,000 years be associated with. Facts. So people who want to follow me, I laugh because I'm like, I tell my wife and I was like, I wouldn't even F with them in my normal life. I would never mess with them. And the reason being is because even now I'm like, bro, like that's not who I am. That's not, no. And when you get to know these people, you understand why. And I'm not trying to throw shade on them, but I'm just saying, like, everybody that's here right now, love y'all to pieces. And some of y'all, man, the day I met you, I told my wife, I said, man, this is like family, what'd you say, like your long lost family or that family that you never had type situation. So some of y'all, when I say love and the things that we talk about, some of us offline, that's sincere. That is sincere in every facet of the word. Digital asset investor, digital perspective, Mickle, I don't know, Jungle Inc. Crypto Erie is one of those. Yeah, definitely. 24 hours crypto, I'm not sure. Bearable Bull's solid. Bullzilla, a lot of us met in that space. Bullish Hour with Uncle Buster, Berserker, and Bag. Yeah, so like I said, everyone has people that they're huge fan. And there's some really cool cats that are in what you. There's some cats that what you in that whole thing Protein 40. Some really cool cats in that breakdown. But yeah, Paul Barron's one of my Paul Barron. Good Morning Crypto. There's some really good ones out there, guys. Now I'm not here to throw shade. Somebody had asked me who's some of my best people that I listen to. Facts. That's all it is. All right, let's move on. But I will. You always be the one who showed me places that has cartoon Batman pictures. Batman pictures. Oh, you talking about damn it, what's it called? VB. Yeah, shouts out VB. That's funny as hell. Yeah, shouts out to Protein 40. That's one of my dogs too. He said 100% facts. Yeah, facts, brother. And like I said, it just is what some of y'all, man, like I said, because where I come from, You know, there's some cats I talk to this day still as hood as hood. I got boys who still in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't. And what I mean by that is like I don't judge a person based because I come from nothing. So it ain't about that. It's about real, recognizing real. It's just about. And then some people, man, I personally have a problem with people who are suckers. I don't like that. People who are just. And you can tell, like, it takes you a few minutes to figure out who a sucker is. I can't deal with people. Like, I'll because of this space, you have to coexist with certain people. You have to. You know, that's the thing when you put yourself in this VV. I remember that when you put yourself in this, arena. There's some people you just got to figure out how to coincide with. You just have to, right? For the betterment of the communities, you have to. Facts. All right, let's move on. And again, guys, I'm gonna offend somebody. I'm just a real dude, man. I'm sorry. I'm just a real cat. Tails knows. A lot of y'all who my longtime friends, y'all know. I know this is kind of going all over the place, but it is what it is. Okay, Ripple never sacrificed integrity for growth. That's a fact. 6-0 against the SEC, guys. That's one of the things that really made me respect this company is they never sacrificed integrity for growth. That's a big thing for me. Facts. And I also want to make sure that everybody understands I ain't better than nobody. But you know what's so dope about life and about all that we do? We pick and choose who the hell we want to F with. We pick and choose who we want to mess with. I rock with certain people because I would rock with that person in my real life. I would rock with someone like that in my real life. Right? So for someone who's protective over my wife and my kids, that's my everything, right? And when you venture off into crypto and you venture off into social media, sometimes you're connected to people. You're like, damn, I really wouldn't F with that person in real life. And so you just kind of, you coexist through this system, cameras and all this craziness. And you just got to figure out how to navigate. But the one thing that will never change with me is a realism. I'll call a spade in a minute. Got no problem with that. My wife knows, my people who TR, Mike O, all they know. Our conversation started today because I called 6'8". He was good because he spends a lot of his time being good for everyone else. Thank you, brother. Thank you, Mike. Yeah, and that's probably that conversation probably just triggered it because we were talking about real. We were talking about real cats. Real recognized real. Don't mean nobody. Look, I come from nothing. Mike O come from nothing, right? But Mike O is a multi billionaire, and you would never know it. Same. And we were talking about that today. Remember, Mike? We were talking about. I said we the same dudes we met 30 years ago. Same. We had those same crazy ass conversations. It's just, and it's funny because I was talking to my 31-year-old son about this. I said, son, money only magnifies who you are. That's a fact. Money only magnifies who you are. I'm that same dude from way back in the day on the playground. I'm the same dude when me and Mike met each other and we used to go out all the time. Obviously, meaning that same dude, that same person that's spread some millions, it don't change nothing. We're the same two people, and those are the kind of people I like. Right, there's some people right now in this chat, I promise you, if you get 10 million, you're gonna be the same dude. You might buy more stuff, but you're gonna be the same dude. TR, same dude from the day I met him. Some people just, no matter how much money you make or what comes your way, or even hardship, same dude. Same person, same female, whatever, same person, let's say, instead of saying same dude, but same person. I bet Nina Blossom gets $10 million. I ain't going to change a damn bit. Big Bro 10, I promise you, just in a little bit I met Big Bro 10, she might have extra stuff, but ain't going to change. Facts. I'm just talking about some people that I met in person, right? Same people. Tails, house might be different, car might be different, but tails gonna be tails. And it's so funny because I was telling my son, Tiffany Serrano saying, a lot of you guys that I've met in person, right? And I can tell, some of you guys vibe, Protein 40 and other guys, same vibe. But I lost my train of thought. I was about to say something. But I've met some people, and here's what I told my son. I said, I'm the kind of person that if you did act different, I'm gonna call your ass out, straight up. Like, man, what the hell are you doing? And I've had people in my life right now, bro, closer than any of y'all would ever imagine, that act out of pocket, and I'm done. I'm talking about when I say done, I mean done. My wife would tell you, done. Give a damn what level that relationship is, done. Because I expect real all the time. That fake shit, I'm good, bro. I am good. I got enough real ones in my life to be running around with a bunch of fake ass people. I can't do it. And that's why I might hesitate when I see certain names, because I like real people, man. I like real people. And there's some people in this space, and I know for a fact they hate on me because of who I am and what I have and what I've done. And that's all good. That's all good. I've done nothing to them. If winning is a problem, then I understand. It's just that's that natural hater shit. Very, very much so. There's some people I rock with, and there's some people I just don't. Straight up don't. Facts. Okay, when in doubt, zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out. Check this out. Look at that. When in doubt, zoom out. We had a horrible couple days, right? Look at this. A few days. Look at that. See how bad that was? Look how bad that is. People were like, oh my God. And that's why I put when in doubt, zoom out, guys. If you look at this thing in its entirety, that's why I made that comment the other day. When the price went down to like 108, 107, like, bro, 100 and something thousand. I was looking at that asset at 3,500. There's some people got in at 4 cents, $1, WTJ. Buy one Bitcoin for $1. And you freaking out because it retraced. I mean, and it was one of the worst retracements. Ethereum went back under 4,000. 4,000. I mean, like I said, if you've been around here long enough, BNB stayed above 1,000. Like, I think it stayed above 1,100. Crazy. XRP went down to $2. So what? I mean, again, that just it depends on when you got in at. Crazy. When in doubt, zoom out. When in doubt, zoom out. You'll see that in the longer deal, in the shorter deal, it looks like, it's just crazy. But if you look in the longer time frame, guys, you'll see that we've been doing nothing but higher highs, higher lows, baby. I love it. Next, I do believe that the next 60 days are going to be epic, guys. I really do believe that. And I know the stream, man, I've been babbling on a lot about things like, where's that bears and bulls? Well, we're talking about it. How about that? That would make up for the worst day in crypto. Now, guys, John Squire put this out. And again, I know some people, man, they just throw stuff out there, whatever. But it did remind me of the fact that Trump did say, his son did validate that, this was something that he had mentioned. Will it happen? I don't know if it's going to happen, but boy, if it says Trump is preparing to announce zero tax on crypto. I don't know if that's true, right? I didn't post it because it says, isn't it? He's preparing since his first. So I don't know. I didn't post this because I'm saying what John Squire is saying is on point or not on point. I like John Squire. He puts out some pretty good stuff. But it did jar in my mind that this was mentioned. And I do believe that if this happens, zero capital gain, zero tax on crypto would be huge. I think if there's a way to go back and show the American people, but I just think everything is going to play out as it should. Will this happen? Probably. But I think right now they're delivering, there's a lot of pain that we're going to see, a lot of things that are happening right now that because we're not there yet. We're not there yet. Until we get there, there's going to be a lot of shaking, a lot of this and that. But if you just stick to your plan, as I am, I'm sticking to my plan, and you're going to be okay. So don't let these little short-term, these short-term retracements like this right here. Don't let that kind of stuff, because at the end of the day, panic sellers, think about how many people panic sold out of Bitcoin. Think about how many people got out of Bitcoin at 100, 500, 1,000, maybe even 10,000. You don't think they got regret? And some people might not have regret, but at the end of the day, just be careful. And that's why I think, again, this is not financial advice, but that's why you have levels. I have levels of where I'm taking profit. All right, let's see. Anything in here says, Protein 40 says, I try my best to be kind and good person overall, but as a black man in my life experience, some of our own people make shit hard, in my opinion. No, it's a fact, bro. It's a fact. And I get it from that perspective, but I just think in general, man, like, here's what I'll say. And I'm trying to say this as kindly as I can, right? Don't trip by the dip tails. You can fake it for so long. But look, man, everybody here has common sense. I'm going to just leave it at that. Like, we all have common sense. We can all see, if you've been watching somebody for longer than a year or 2 years or 3 years, you can kind of see what makes that person up, right? You can see, and it's beyond this camera. What are they doing? What are they saying? Matter of fact, just go back and see if in someone's chat, they got a 10-year friend, a 5-year friend, a 20-year friend, a 30-year friend, a 40-year friend saying something positive about them. A 5-year friend, a few-year friend. I watch a lot of people stream. I never see nobody who knows them from back in the day, right? So you can sell oil. Let me just stop. At the end of the day, all I'm saying is everyone has a Everyone has their own mind. Everyone has comments, and just look at what people just look. People show you everything you need to see. Just look, be observant. You'll get it. It's not hard. I just think some people like dumb shit. I just think some people just like ignorant stuff, right? But I'm with Protein 40 and what he said, and that is that it's a lot of weird people in this space. And I think my comment earlier is a lot of these people I wouldn't even mess with in my real life. That's why I don't even trip. That's why I don't even trip when they unfollow or I hear, oh my God, Jay, this person said something about you. I'm like, bruh, not even on my level. Facts. And I don't mean that from like I'm better than it. Just not. I put myself in this position to get away from dumbass shit, like dumbass people, and it is what it is. I just keep it a buck, man. That's it. I keep it a buck. That's it. And some people can't handle that. No banks have unlimited resources. The XRP, however, gives financial institutions immediate and unlimited access to liquidity. Ooh, I like that. XRP, however, gives financial institutions immediate and unlimited access to liquidity. Ooh, I like that. They give them what they need. I'm sorry, guys, we're going over, but that's because I've been jibber-jabbering a whole lot. It's hard when you have these real conversations. They can kind of go every which way. Facts. No, DAI, that's my boy. Crypto Erie, raw. Yeah, raw. CSC Common Sense Crypto. I'm not sure who that is. I'm not sure who those. I mean, I'm sure. Sometimes stuff will pop up, and if I don't know somebody, I don't know. It could be that I'm not watching them like on and on and on. But there's some really cool people in this space. That's for sure. Really, really smart, really educated people in this space. And some of those names that I mentioned are people that I personally, I really like a lot. Chaos before the mega storm. Yeah, I do believe before anything, if you look at anything, guys, in our past before it had a massive run up, there was a lot of chaos behind that. Bitcoin, Ethereum probably rightfully so. but there's always been a lot of chaos, right? Before massive moves, right? And so I do believe something really massive is coming for the XRP army. Facts. Loss of love still a fraction of what they made. Oh yeah, so this came out and said Binance. Okay, this is right here. Binance compensates users $283 million after 3 crypto assets depegged on Friday. Yeah, I don't know. I just have mixed feelings on that one. Crypto recovery mode activated. We're there, guys. No more manipulation, and we'll be okay. That's always going to be the case. But we did have 220 billion that flowed back into the crypto market. 220 billion. My goodness. This will be bullish. What is this? Tony Edwards said, I see a bullish setup coming in which includes the following macro factors narrative. Number 1, Trump backtracks or delays China tariffs. It's kind of sad that tariff, and I understand there's a greater thought process and a greater strategy there. I can't say I disagree. It just shitty that it came at the time that it did. Excuse my language, but it is. Number 2, government opens back up again. I mean, it's just sad, man. Like that they're not working together to do what's in the best interest of the American people. This is about this is longer than the other person's. I mean, at the end of the day, guys, it's just sad because a lot of these guys want to keep their corrupted money schemes and money printers in place, and they're having a hard time agreeing on certain things because they understand how it affects the bigger picture on their end. And I think a lot of this not being able to see head to head is more about themselves than it is about what's the greater good for the American people. Fed rate cuts again. That's something that we see that Jerome Powell is obviously considering. Clarity Act gets passed. That's going to be a big one. SEC approves altcoin ETF application. That's going to be huge. Facts. Okay, I revert to jokes. Better to laugh than cry. Yeah, facts. Everything, your show, 6'8". Thank you, brother. Appreciate you, man. And like I said, I don't come in here to try to be higher, holier. I'm keeping it a buck. There's some people in this space I really wouldn't even rock with. Straight up. So when they unfollow and all that kind of stuff, I just like, man, I was only tolerating your ass for the greater good anyway. So when I see people unfollow me and do all that, I'm like, I just laugh. I'm like, bruh, I always look at it like this. If I wouldn't mess with you as a friend or be in business with you, why would I be in business with you here? And sometimes I just tolerate people because some of us have some of the same family. So you got to tolerate it. Because trust me, I don't deal with jingy people, and a lot of y'all know, y'all got common sense. Y'all see who they are. All right, guys. So it's official. I want to bring this up. I'm setting up and you know what? I'll kind of show you guys because we haven't gotten there yet. We haven't found a date yet, but I will show you guys this right here. So I'm setting up this right here. I'm setting up a Caleb and Brown discussion to talk about, and so we're going to have a conversation, and it's not going to be a shilling conversation. It's going to be a keeping it real and why I decided to rock with them. I asked some hard questions. I know people say, well, God, their fees. Dude, when you add up slippage and when you add up a lot of these other variables that people making you chase money, like you try to sell something and the price dips or you try to buy something, all these different variables, when you look at all that, fees are fees. And, if you're talking about millions, what is your peace of mind worth? I think I've been around this long enough where I have faith in who I am. I have faith in my ability and how I move money and how I do things because, I double, triple checks, use small amounts and all that. But there's a reason I decided to rock with these guys. And there's some things I'm going to be doing with DWP as well. I think, and I'll talk more about that when I get with these guys, but I think what I was looking for was something that I was talking to Zach Rector about this, something that, because he's fully on board, so is Melissa with VTHO, but something that's for the average person. And here's what's so funny. It's not like I chose one thing over another because Caleb Brown does custody, 0 fees to custody your assets. There's a percentage when you decide to trade, but they'll send whatever amount of money, whether it's $5 or $5 million to your bank account. There's all they do. And now they have 2 offices here in the United States, which is why I put this up here now. They're growing, they're expanding. The majority of their business, which I didn't know, majority of their clients are here in the United States. So reputable, protected by Fireblocks, which is who Ripple and being Mellon and many others use. But to have that institutional grade custody, there's a lot of things I've been watching in the space that's concerning. Guy takes out his trash, turns around, somebody's got a gun on him, takes him in his house and makes him transfer his crypto. People grabbing people's family for held hostage, all these different variables, man. And I'm not saying that's one thing, it's one of many things. Having a peace of mind, never being in a position where Binance didn't let people access the price that they saw, or there's these exchanges going down. There's a bunch of different variables that I looked at for 2 months strong, 2 months strong. And there's things that they offered that I totally love, and there's things that DWP offered that I'm going to utilize as well. So I don't want this to be like, oh, he chose one thing. Oh, he doesn't know that. Look, it's like I told Andrew and Jim here. I said, man, Jake is my dude. Mickle's my dude. Max Avery, my dude. I've had them on the show, and I will be doing things because they offer services that aren't available here. But when it comes to custody, when it comes to being able to take care of the average Joe, and it's not predicated of how much you have, this is why I went with them. And the level of security, I think people have to start thinking about stuff like this. You have to start thinking about, I've seen stories of people saying they had to leverage in the house and the house burned down and the safe wasn't that great and the safe burned down and all this stuff. And I've seen people say they lost their passwords, and I've seen people say exchanges did this to them and exchanges did that. And by the time you hit it, and I saw last week, Zach was very upset about some things he had dealt with. I'm not going to say the exchange. I've seen some other people be very upset at Coinbase and Binance and oh my God, these people did. And again, I'm not, and I don't throw those names out there to try to compare. I'm not doing that because I have all those apps. I have Coinbase, I have Binance, I have all those things. But at the end of the day, it's just about having a peace of mind. And I think that's why, remember, I said this, I'm going to say this again. This is our story. This is your story. This is my story. And in my story, I didn't just jump on something. I made a decision, and that decision is going to, again, this is part of my decision is what I'm gonna be doing with them. I've got other decisions that I'll be doing some things with DWP. But at the end of the day, what I found is this is good for a guy who's got $100 or a guy who's got 100 million. It doesn't matter. They don't care. It doesn't cost you a dime to custody with these guys. They have institutional custody for free. That's crazy. And transactions going to your bank don't cost you nothing. I mean, it's just crazy. So I do have I am going to be setting some things up with Jim, who takes care of those of us like Melissa at BTHO and Zach as far as our guy that's our direct connection in regards to being a affiliate or a partner with them, and then my man Andrew is my personal broker. Here's another thing: everyone, whether you have $100 in your wallet, everyone gets their own personal broker. That is dope. So again, relationships, I'm a big thing with that. Andrew and his wife are actually going to be flying to Vegas and having dinner with me and my wife. They're going to hang out with us for a couple of days. So it's things like that that makes a difference. It's their record. It's what they've been doing. So I'm really, really excited about that. And we're going to be talking about that and much more on that show. So I put this together. We're trying to figure out a date. I will do that and we'll talk about it. But until then, if you guys want to get more information on them, it's right here. You guys can click on this, go right in and learn all about what Caleb and Brown offers. And you can hear my story. I got a testimony there about how I actually came to connecting with them. So you guys check it out. Pretty good stuff. All right. And we'll get more. I don't want to get too much into it because like I told them, I really don't want to start promoting it until I get them on and get to introduce them to you because you're my family. So my whole thing is like I told them, you got a link. I was like, no. Y'all come on the show and we're going to do this. I'm going to introduce you guys who I decide to partner with my family, and then they can make their decisions from there. Doesn't mean it's going to be for you, but we're going to get you all the right information to make a decision that's best for you. And it may not be them, may be them. Who knows? Okay, always keep it a buck. Let the bull run rip, and nobody will care what happened yesterday. That's a fact. Now, all of a sudden, we look up and these ETFs get pop off, and all of a sudden we moon to $6, $8, $10. I think everybody can be good. Like, okay, well, we ain't worried about what happened with that whole 100% tariff and Binance this and all that. Winning typically makes losing or bad things go seem a little bit better. Okay, how quickly things can change. Bitcoin fear and greed index, guys. Yesterday we were at 24 extreme fear. Today I think it said it's like at 38 or something. So that's definitely changed since I posted this. Leverage and shorting, guys. Good luck, man. A lot of people getting wrecked, getting devastatingly wrecked. And this is before this wipeout yesterday. Like I said, if you guys go back to my show and you guys look and see, I did a particular show called DANG, which is like a slang word for dang, DANG, and that's initials of some people who I know who've lost their ass in crypto by leverage and shorting. And it's like I said, I lost some friends too because what happens when things go bad and you don't want to lend them money and all this kind of stuff, and they're crying out. I'm like, bro, like I told you not to do that. I was a friend and told you not to do that, and you did it, and now you want to do that with my money, like. It's crazy. But you guys make sure you guys go check it out. It's on my stream. Trust me. It's all there. Trust me, my wife is here and she knows. I get up thinking, oh man, she was just like, what's wrong, honey? I'm like, oh my God, that person lost everything or lost damn near. This is what we're all waiting for, guys. ETFs, 8 spot ETFs, XRP ETFs will be approved this month, hopefully. Now I know that's what they're saying, but I don't know if that's on their priority list when the government shut down. So hopefully this whole shutdown thing. How many days are we in? Does anybody know how many days we're in the shutdown already? Anybody know the number? Moving money and protecting. That's facts, Jose. Facts. We're going to have a good conversation with Kevin Brown for sure. Same dude, just a little older and hell of a lot smarter. Fact. That's what it's all about, Protein 40. I said money only magnifies. If you're a good dude, man, you're gonna be a rich good dude. If you're an asshole, you're going to be a rich asshole. It's facts. I mean, that's the only way I can say it. If I'm keeping it a buck. I met some, man, I've got friends. I got friends and people I know who are millionaires or celebrities. Boy, and you might look up, oh, and you get in front of them, because I used to play in celebrity games. You get, and they're just the coolest damn people, most authentically cool ass people you ever meet. And you'll think that, oh my God, I got to be something special hanging the man. Some of these people are cool as hell. And then some people, see Kaz says smash the like, hit that subscribe. Miss y'all all. Miss you as well. Vacate with the fam bam. Love it. Shouts out. All right, so guys, hopefully these ETFs hit, and that'll be a big deal. Now I know I'm over my time. My apologies. I kind of went on some tangents here. The massive liquidation we have experienced makes me even more bullish on XRP. Innovation in the global payment system is near. I agree with this. I agree. What we just saw, it just validated, and how everything rebounded, and how certain things. I mean, it's not like these assets went to zero. It's just, it was a little bit of a setback. Gave people the opportunity, and hey, here's a secret. In case you don't know, things like that will continue to happen. Dips are it's part of the journey, man. Bear markets are part of the journey. If you think for 1 minute Bitcoin went from 4 cents to 100 something thousand, you obviously haven't done your research. Bitcoin did not go from 4 cents to 120 something thousand. No, it did not. Okay, higher highs, higher lows, bull, bear market, pullbacks, this and that, chaos, this and that, COVID, FTX, and everything. And we're going to have more of that. Is what we're trying to say. Have a plan. Stick to your plan. Your time is coming. Because I'm going to tell you right now, there's not anything I've ever seen in my life, in my years of living, and even in doing my research, as greater. Even the internet, they're saying this is greater than the internet. Greater than any opportunity. It's one of the fairest forms of capitalism. It gives anybody, regardless of your size, regardless of what your race, religion, what kind of skill set, anybody that comes in this space that puts the research and dedication and have a plan and have all the things in place can win and change everything in their life. And that's why I'm here, not only to win. That's why I'm doing this show. Because I made a decision. I said, my God, if I could be a voice, if I could be an example to anybody thinking, can I do it? 6ZJ from Brooklyn, New York, and welfare telling you, yes, you can. Crypto for Life, Chicago Coin Family. This is for you.
I'm better off when you selling at a loss, not caring what it costs. I'm buying when it drop, waiting for the flip flop to the tip top. While you watching TikToks on my new wristwatch, hit the Vegas crypto meter. Hello, nice to meet ya. Shower DAI like we do it all the time. Did a show with Lady E in the bag, man. The next night, a moon party, so you know we had to take flight. So many years and it's still no cheers. If you're selling, then I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is an illusion? How high will it go when the XRP get the moon?
Come on!
It's amusing when you know that you ain't losing.
Oh, yeah.
Back to go back, now choose. Which one? Bag it up. This one, bag it up.
Mike O knows. He says people will decline, advise, and turn around and ask to borrow money. Man, Mike, I'm telling you, man. And then Protein 40 follows that, says common sense ain't so common. That's a fact, man. I used to have these. I remember having conversations, and I'm not trying to be funny, but I remember having conversation with some of these people, and they're like telling me like they know, like, oh no, and then when they lose, they try to leverage or short or whatever that mindset that they have to try to get it all back, and they just keep losing and lose. So yeah, it's seen a whole lot, man. Seen a whole lot in this space. Seen a whole lot in this space. I think we're almost done. Shouts out to the SHKK family. Shouts out. Much love. Appreciate y'all in a major way. You guys get a chance, make sure you guys go check it out. It's called Chicago. We got movies and a bunch of other things that we're doing. We never shill. We keep it real. We don't tell you to buy. We tell you we are for us, by us, one of the greatest families ever. Love y'all to pieces. We just keep it a buck. That's all. Huh? Here goes. If you guys want to go check us out on X, see some of the things that we're doing, it's right there. We got the greatest family ever. Huh? That's fact. Don't shill. We just keep it real. I like it. Manipulation is a choice, not a mistake. That's a fact. That's a fact. Winning in a system set up for snakes. And I do agree with that. Well. Look who just became the #1 futures platform in the world. It's right there. I'm going to move on. Breaking. Someone in Trump circle may have just pulled off the greatest size trading. I'm going to leave that alone too. Diamond hands, baby. You got to have those diamond hands. You got to have a plan. That whole dip, that dip lasted, and a lot of people, oh my God. And unfortunately, it went bad for some folks, but at the end of the day, man, just stick to your plan. Trump, don't worry about China. It will be fine. And that's all it took. Isn't that crazy? 100% tariffs, market crash. Oh, Trump, don't worry about China. It's going to be okay. The market returns. Crazy. Is this how everybody acts in crypto? It says new trader experience. Is this how new traders be acting in crypto? I'm just wondering. Anybody relate to this? That's funny as hell. What the hell am I going to do? What's going on? If you have a plan, you ain't even tripping. Raw Power, I like this right here. I know we've been here for a minute, guys. I'm going to get out of here in just a second. Movie, yeah, the movie is, it's called, the movie is called Holy Smoke. And it's Chicago is going to be written into the movie. So it's not a Chicago movie, but it's a movie that Chicago's in and is supported by those who are part of that movie, and there's some things we're going to be doing that I'm really looking forward to give people the opportunity to be a part of that whole thing, the experience, the movie itself, which is Holy Smoke, was already in production and written and all that stuff before Chicago came out, and then the director who I've worked with on other movies before. This is my fourth movie, the second movie with him, and so he decided to write into the script, and there's some things that we just want people to be able to have that experience. And all those things, but it's very important to understand. What I love about our community, is that we've never shilled. We don't ask people to get it. We don't ask people to do this and that. We've never been that kind of person. We just said, that type of community. We always just say, for us, by us. It's like any other meme out there. It's part of the what is it? What do they call it? I can't think of the word I'm looking for right now. I can't even think of the word I'm looking for right now. We'll have to go back to that one. Anyways, I've got a great idea. This is from Raw Powell. He says, let's build a huge concentrated business-based leverage and lending, borrowing on a 7% plus volume asset. OF. It all blew up. He shakes his head. This will play out again and again and again until crypto is more mature. Facts. And he's basically saying a lot of manipulation out there. A spot position and a ledger and long-term time horizon is all 99% of what people need. And also, stop following short-term get-rich-trading accounts. There's some trading accounts out there that try to act like they know. Oh, and if you don't do this, and people are stupid, and it's like, bro, that's it. He's saying exactly what I feel. Some of these guys, just because they went through a trading course and they learn how to trade, they want to tell everybody else they're crazy and stupid. What did he say? Stop following short-term get-rich-trading accounts. Facts on facts on facts. All crypto whales are made by buy and hodl. All crypto whales are made by buy and hodl. Not sexy, but it works. Do this and buy any more. Do this and buy any more on sell off over negative 30%, and you'll be likely. Okay, so I know some people who stuff don't always sound on point, but they're brilliant. So the point he's trying to say, guys, look, you don't have to be the most brilliant person in the space. When I got into crypto, I told you guys I tried to trade my way through it. I really did. And I had some, oh my God, I made money. And then all of a sudden I look up and it would have made me millions. I'm like, God dang it. And so, if that's the life you want, where you want to be sitting up there looking at charts all the time, trading this and trading that, God bless you. I don't got time for that. And where everything changed for me, and I'm not down talking traders. I know people who trade. My son day trades, right? So it's nothing against trading, but that it's an art form, a skill set, something you got to start studying and get good at, and it takes a lot of study. And guess what, man? You don't have to be. It doesn't take a big skill set to go out there and do some research, learn what's going on, research a company, research the asset, put your money in, and then come up with a plan, and a hodl plan, a take profit plan, all that. And we talk about that on this show. I wasn't going to get to where I'm at today, in my opinion, trading. It's just my preference. There's some people who are like multi-million-dollar traders out there, where everything changed for me. Just this guy who's like, look, I'm in a part of my life, and I remember waking up every day, looking at charts, freaking out, going to bed mad, pissed off, and man, when I just did my research and turned my efforts to do my due diligence and invest in accordingly, man, I sleep so damn good right now. And all of a sudden, when I changed that, everything changed. Everything changed. People, oh, you could trade. I'm not down talking. I'm just saying everything changed. I got peace financially. Everything changed. Facts. So I agree with Raw Paul on this one. Don't F this up. Don't F it up. Bitcoin bull market. I think crypto bull market is not done yet. Bull market starts when BTC reclaims a 500 SMA, and bear market starts when BTC loses it. Facts. We're not there yet. Okay. So Jason, what did he put here? He said this could get worse. Get coins off exchanges ASAP. I do agree with that. 3 public blockchain project parties, asset manager positions liquidated with losses of 100 million. Okay, so how long was this? Was this like in the midst of everything that happened? The 12th? What did it say? The 13th? It says 4 market makers, 3 Chinese and 1 American with losses of $300 million. 2 mining companies, asset management positions liquidated with losses of $1 billion. 3 second, so we'll see how they play. Either it could get worse, or just people just got wrecked. And either way, the first part of what he said, I agree with. Get your money off exchanges. Facts. It's almost like if you didn't learn from others' mistakes, and some people might have been affected. When will you learn? And some people just got to keep on losing, I guess. Quick statement, and markets turn around. manipulation is real. I do agree with that. Dom says leverage traders got flushed out just before we head back up to all-time highs. And I do believe that's what happened. I do believe what Dom said right now is what happened to all these people, right? Leverage traders are the ones who got, if you think about it, I bet not too many people in 68J. Let me know when you're ready to shoot the next movie. I got the team ready. No, no, Tails, that's what I'm saying. That's what, like, Tails, thank you for saying that. That's what, see, here's the thing, guys. And this, like, Shikaka is not something I'm telling you, it's going to be like Shiba. It's going to be like, no, bro. No. Hell no. No, we're not putting that type of effort and energy into it. It is a representation of a group of people, right, that have a passion. And that passion is the movie and movie industry space. Now, with that, we got partnerships. We got things we're going to be doing. We got things that I talked to the director and people who are involved. There's things that we want to do to implement Shikaka into those things, just like it's going to be in this movie. But we're not promising this and that. I'm not that guy that's going to shill anything. I'm not that guy I'm going to always keep it real. There are things we're going to utilize it for, and those things will come over time, the movie and things like that we're doing. And I believe over time, as those things happen, it could be advantageous, but I'm not promising this. I will never. I am too big of a stickler of not shilling or pumping garbage. And this is because it's bias for us. Bias. This is a representation of real people like you, like Mike O. Anybody like myself. Anybody who's actually doing something. It's not tied into nothing. Like, I've been in the movie industry. I'm going to continue to be in the movie. There's things, I got my own movie I want to do. You know, when I talk to the thing, we want to have people who are part of the movie, who maybe they're extras in the movie. Maybe they go to the red carpet event. So that's what it represents, is our movement, our family. That's what it represents. Not shilling and all. Hell no, we're not doing that. We'll never play that game. And it's why, like Mike O say, he goes, man, look, nothing will be taken. Like there's not a dime that's been taken out of it. Why? Because it's not needed. It's not needed. We have a bigger. We're hoping that one day we get to a point where Shikaka start filming their own its own movies and stuff like. So or maybe Crypto Tells have ideas and stuff like. So it is for us, by us. It's exciting. I'm excited about it. But we're organic, and we're never going to sit there and tell people, Tails, what's the real deal? Yeah, Tails is the real deal. That's my boy right there. So no, Tails, anything we do, and we want to help people with their creative things. You know, it could be like when I was doing donating and things like that. Me and Michael talked about that. It's like, you know, situations and things of donating, this and that, or whatever it may be, guys. It is what it is, and nothing more than that. You know, sophisticated for the sophisticated investor. Facts. We don't chill. We keep it real. This is funny as hell. How October started. How October started. That's funny as hell. I got to share this. I don't know if there's music behind it, but we got to share it. It says how October started. So we're only like 12 days in, 13 days in, how it started and how it ended up so far. This had me laugh when I watched it. Oh, wait, damn it. I can't play the music. I'll get banned, but I'll show the thing though. Watch this. I can't play the music though. He's like, ho, hey. Everybody's partying. And all of a sudden, oh, my God, what happened? What? Oh, God, that's funny as hell. Like, everybody's celebrating the beginning of October, and all of a sudden, Trump, 100% tariffs. What happened? Oh, my God. That's funny as hell. I'm sorry. I laughed when I saw this. Laughed my ass off. It's funny as hell. Even Melissa dipped a toe. It's funny. Oh, God. You got to laugh, man, about some of this stuff. I think when you're in a good position, you're in a good mindset and just, you know, when you got yourself positioned well and you just, you know what you're planning, your strategy, you ain't tripping on these things. It actually becomes kind of humorous. It's funny. When would they learn 225 million worth of crypto shortly? Okay, so this is kind of getting into, I'm not going to get into all this. We're out of here, guys. I think we're out of here. Yeah, some of the stuff I post, I'm not even going to go back. Oh, this is kind of cool, though. Ripple's president, Monica Long, reveals Ripple has been working with Bank. Ooh, I like this. Ripple has been working with Bank of America for years. She went on to say that conversations that once were hindered due to fear under the old administration have taken a different turn. Let's listen to this. This is kind of cool about Monica Long, Ripple's president.
It feels like the floodgates are going to open this year, doesn't it? I mean, so within the past week, a couple weeks, so SAB 121 being called back or rolled back, And I mean, within, it felt like minutes, you hear from CEOs like Bank of America saying, we're all in.
What did she just say? After everything was put, after some of this stuff, it kind of went aside. Bank of America come back and says, we're all in. What?
Called back or rolled back. And I mean, within, it felt like minutes, you hear from CEOs like Bank of America saying, we're all in. And, these are institutions that Bank of America was one of our early partners when we were doing kind of like the messaging software only payment solution.
And then what happened?
So we've worked with these types of banks for a long time, and the lack of clarity and, I think in the more recent time, even hostility toward, hey, like, using these assets and this tech.
You wonder what those 1,700 NDAs are. You wonder what happened. See, a lot of these people were rocking with Ripple from day one, working with the XRP ledger from day one. They understood what XRP was about from day one. You even heard that interview that they had. I think it was MoneyGram, or one of those guys. It was either MoneyGram. Yeah, I think it was MoneyGram. The CEO, and he was talking. He had like he had some different people on, and he had Donnell Dixon from Stellar. And he kept it a buck. I respected the dude. He was sitting there talking. They had him on this video call. And he goes, hey, we originally working with Ripple, XRP. That's the way we were going to go. It did so many things for cross-border payments and everything. And then the lawsuit came, and we both had to just decide to walk away because, the clarity and the SEC's lawsuit against. So, we kind of took a step back, and then Stellar approached us and said, hey, we're here. Right. So I'm just keeping it a buck. A lot of these people have had relationships with Ripple, are working with Ripple, are big supporters and love the technology behind XRPL, the ledger, but they had to step back. And this is what she's saying. We've been working. She said, as soon as some of these things went, were subsided, Bank of America said, hey, we're all in. We've been working with them for years. The 1,700 NDAs, guys, that's 1,700 NDAs plus, some people say it's more than that. Those 1,700 NDAs are going to be huge, are going to be game changers. That utility adoption is going to be crazy. When they expose those 1,700 NDAs, ETFs getting put in place, ISO 20022, MiCA BIS, all these different things happen when institutional adoption comes. My God, listen to what she said.
It felt like minutes, you hear from CEOs like Bank of America saying, we're all in. And, these are institutions that Bank of America was one of our early partners when we were doing.
Wells Fargo, you heard from Shannon Thorpe, many others are positioned, many others. But right now, everybody's like, hey, y'all won the lawsuit. Let's wait for the Clarity Act. It's all happening. 1,700 NDAs. Guys, I don't give a damn what they do to the price and all this 100% on tariffs and all this. At the end of the day, if you're positioned, you're going to win.
Kind of like the messaging software only payment solution.
Not financial advice.
So we've worked with these types of banks for a long time, and the lack of clarity and, I think in the more recent time, even hostility toward, hey, like, using these assets and this technology is not okay. It's dangerous, which is not the best way to handle it, as we would say. But looking forward, I would say.
She was laughing because that's not the way we would handle it. That corrupted ass lawsuit with the SEC, Operation Choke Point 2.0. She probably wanted to tell y'all, go watch Rick from the Start by Fruition Productions. It tells the whole damn story, but they've been rocking with us from day one. And if you listen to what she's saying and you add what Crypto tells us saying, my God, he knew what he was talking about.
Pull up in a spacecraft and bags on us. Get into them bags with them stacks on us. Seeing different bracks where they try to tax on us. Government some lies, but them bags blowing up. Spitting 16s, keep them bags stuffed up. Give you more game than your mainstream rappers. Told you get the bag, disconnect from the fuzz. Your favorite rapper clone and he can't beat trust. Move to a different code so they can't tax us. Golden passports, rocket ships like Buzz.
What was Monica telling y'all right here, huh?
Yes, it seems like there's going to be a sea change this year.
There's going to be a change. They did all that because they didn't want any of us to get rich but die trying. Tells already knew.
We light years ahead of the herd, like they don't want you to get rich but die trying. But I slid you the crypto list, so start buying, and I'll see you at the tip top when we start flying. Upgrade the shit, push a button, autopilot. Party all night, so we just keep flying.
So many years and it's still no cheers. If fear's selling, then I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is an illusion? How high will it go when the XRP get the moving? It's amusing when you know that you ain't losing. Going back to go
And even I could say post November, the US election result, even just the ongoing conversations we've had with banks around being reserve bank or transaction banking partners for the stablecoin or for our payments business.
Ledger.
Like the tone and message changed overnight.
1,700 NDAs, XRP ETFs, institutional adoption. She's telling you without telling you. She's telling you without telling you. I know some of y'all sitting there thinking, damn, 6'8", she dropping bars.
Like, it was quick.
It was quick. I know y'all be thinking, damn, 6'8", we almost had 2 hours, bro. What are you doing? Hey, guess what, Crypto for Life family? We out here dropping bars. It's all right. 2 hours, we're not quite there yet, but we're going to end up with some blockchain monkeys either way. Let's do it.
We looking for that astro flip. Guacamole, I want the whole damn dip. I got my spacesuit on. Yeah, I want the whole damn ship. And if you bring in any further, bust the whole damn clip.
Y'all about to be rich.
Now, we do our own research here. Over Ledger on a t-shirt.
What do you do when the president of Ripple tells you the whole thing was a setup and not everybody's playing ball? You heard it from her mouth, not mine.
Here, we in the jungle, I know. They like, monkey, how you see so clear? I did my homework, so he don't care. Yeah. Sitting on the ledger with the bag man. And I just bought Quant with my bad hand. A little Globy and some XDC. And a little more XRP, we not playing.
Come on.
So basically we repping for the same set. Cause we was here way before the main net. Who would have thought that crypto tales would come together on a topic that we know so well?
We do our own research here. Damn straight, huh? True to Cal knows.
Music.
So many years and it's still no cheers. If fear's selling and I'm still all in. What do you do when your freedom is an illusion? How high will it go when the XRP get the mooning? It's amusing when you know that you ain't losing. Going back to go back, gotta choose. Which one? Bag it up. This one, stack it up.
And this has been one of those moments with keeping it real, keeping it 100 with 68J. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Until next time, it's your boy James, aka 68J. I'm not leaving y'all. Y'all know I gotta say what's up to the family. Jose's in the house. We got Silver Dave's XRP, Beekeeper 69, Chicken 415. We got Jose up in here. True to Cal. I see my brother. That's my man Possum Pans. Adam 500. Romeo G up in here. We got Protein 40, Silver Days XRP. What's up, Protein? My beautiful queen, as Jonette says, baby. Come on now. You already know, baby. Huh? She already know, baby. Huh? I told her a couple years, I said, baby, if you just give me a year, just give me a year. Let me show you what we can do. I believe. I said, I believe that the crypto's our future. Let it rise and let it lead the way. One day, you and I and the Crypto for Life family is going to be rich. We're going to have so much crypto and money. I don't know what the hell I'm saying, but keep the faith and huddle. Good Lord, I wish I could sing. Let me stop. Good Lord, it's a coffee. Y'all pray for me. Let's keep it going. Crypto Tales in the house. That's my brother, Crypto Outlaw. We got my man Sly Fox up in here. Big Bro 10, I see you, huh? Y'all thought this was going to be one of those shows that 6'8 just pours us out. Now we're going to get cray-cray. That's what we do. Who else is up in here? Gmail Brown, huh? Downtown Gmail Brown. Who else we got up in here? Huh? I know we got my man TR in the house. TR in the house. Ness Force in the house. Gmail, that's my dog. What's up, Ness? Ness in the house. Or Shango, that's my dog right there. Appreciate y'all, Mike. Oh, that was my best boy if y'all didn't know. Huh? C-Kev's up in here. Enjoy that vacay, bro. Say what's up to the nephew for me. Donatello. Where was it? At day 7, I think, of a shutdown. Oh, day 7. Is it 7 days? A week? Shee, thanks for answering that, brother. I appreciate you. Damn, it seemed longer than a week, right? 7 days in. Can we get this party started again? Chicken dinner, 4:15. Chicken dinner, 6:19. Making me hungry, brother. Who else is up in here? Anybody else? Big Bro 10, good to see you. We got MC at DOO95. Respect, bro. Respect you, my man. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you for being up in here. Huh? Thanks for being part of the family. Ordis Drain. No haters, I posted. No haters, I posted. Facts. No haters up in here, baby. Tiffany Serrano, shouts out to Tiffany and Gabe in the house. Coffee time, Uncle Buster, huh? All good, baby. He said, no haters, I posted. Yeah, no haters. We got some out there, though. You'd be shocked. Chaka Bartel's in the house. Chaka Bartel's in the house. Ivan Hernandez. Shouts out to Buster, man. I like Buster. That's my dog. Buster. What's up, Uncle Buster? That's my dude. Let's see. Gmail Brown. X Lloyd in the house. Marlon Goodman in the house. Kespin73 in the house. This is a damn coffee. Y'all pray for me. Marlon Goodman, good to see you, brother. Anybody else? I'm trying to get out of here before the 2 hour, man. I'm trying to keep words like hours. That 2 hours is kind of devastating. Damn. Dip a toe in the house. Shouts out to Melissa and my man Simone. Guys, I appreciate you guys. Love you guys. Anybody I missed, my apologies. Enjoy your day. It's your boy James, aka 68J. I hope you guys enjoyed the content. Until next time, peace. Greatest family on planet Earth. EARF. Yeah!